stuff. I'm not sure if this is all of it.
Yeah.
Since last year we have been receiving it, but there's nothing that the doctor can do unless you see him.
Okay. This is what I'm talking about now, because I'm basically gone legally blind, literally. Okay. And I tried to get my long-term disability form filled out, but because I don't have a family doctor that fills it out, it doesn't get approved, correct? Right. But the problem is, the last time I seen Dr. Vasinski, he told me to take him to court because I wanted my dead daughter's medical files, Sierra Chorney and Shimei Chorney. This was in December of 2020, right? And I just never went back. But it's impossible to find a new family doctor. So I just been forwarding, like my grandson Amari has severe cerebral palsy, right? Can you see if his files are being forwarded there? Because, I keep the family September 7th of 2017. Now, Dr. Vasinski would get a lot of medical files there. Amari Johnson. He's in my care. Yes, because when they all ask me, who's your family doctor, I just put down Dr. Vasinski, right? Because I have never found another family doctor. And I'm looking online, and, it's impossible. So how do I deal with this issue? Because, he's going to remember me, right? But I'm falling through the cracks. I've had glaucoma now for, I never got my drops, and you don't even know. I'm legally blind now. Why? He's receiving all my paperwork. He's the only one who can fill out my disability form. Yeah, but I'm not the one that caused the trouble. I just wanted my daughter's medical files. He said I couldn't have them. He is a family doctor. He is my family doctor. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, he's not anymore. Why? Oh my God. You know what he did? He screwed me over. He made me go blind. Literally, he turned me away. I couldn't get a referral for my eye drops, right? Well, yeah, but now you're telling me I can't even see him. And that he's not my family doctor. Yeah, but how can he fill out my form if he's not my family doctor anymore? No, it doesn't. Is there a different doctor that maybe I can see? Okay, well, I don't want to cause no trouble, right? That's why I'm calling, okay? Because this is a bad situation. It's been a very bad situation for a very long time, okay? So how many doctors there can I see? How many different kinds of doctors? Dr. Tom. There's only 2 doctors that I can see? Okay, so you're saying I should just walk in with my grandkids, right? Is that how I haven't been to the doctor since December of 2020. That's how long I have not been. You only accept 10 to 13 patients a day, and people have to start lining up. So if there's 15 people standing in line, you might as well go home at 5:30 in the morning. That's what you're saying. Is that because it's a walk-in, or is it because you have appointments booked throughout the day? So most people have their appointments booked. That's what you're saying. Right, and Dr. Fasinski has decided to write me off now. That's basically what you said. Even though he's still receiving my medical files. Oh, this is so crooked. So I'm going to take my cerebral grandson out at 5:30 in the morning standing in line. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. There's nobody that can help me with that. I have to come by myself in a taxi with my 2 grandkids and stand there. And my grandson with cerebral palsy is like 5, 6 years old. Can't walk, can't talk. You know, like, this is pathetic. I don't understand this. I just don't understand this. And that's the way you operate your walk-in clinic. That's the only way. Oh, I haven't seen Dr. Vasinski since 2020 when he told me to take him to court because he refused to give me my dead daughter's medical files, as if he had a right to make that decision. And then with that, I went blind. And now you're telling me I can't even get my disability form filled out. Like, this is pathetic. If this isn't, I don't know what this is. All right. So now, I understand. I understand that. So now, are you familiar with that clinic on 128th and 96? Are you guys the same kind of clinic? 128. There's a clinic out there. Is that an affiliate to you guys as well with the same kind of rules? Well, who made that rule? No, I mean, like, why do you have to be there at 5:30 in the morning and hope that you get lucky with a lottery? Huh? Yeah, but if you're only providing like 13 spots, what do you expect? Only 2 doctors work in the clinic now? Oh. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. You know, I took this shit to... Well, I'm going to leave it on this note. Like, seriously. Like, this is so wrong what you're doing. You need to talk to Dr. I understand. Well, not you, but your company, right? Like, it's not your fault. Okay? But you can't just treat people like this. And so, okay, let's just say I show up. I manage to get in. Dr. Vasinski looks at me and says, I don't want to see her, and walks out the room. What happens then? Okay. Okay. I hope the problem goes away, right? Like before, right? Oh my God. And only Dr. Fasinski can fill out my disability form. Maybe, if he wants to. That's only if he wants to, right? Not because he... Pardon me?
It's the decision of the doctor.
Right. Well, I don't know what to say. Okay, I'm going to phone this other clinic. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm in a dilemma here. Maybe you can just talk to me for a few minutes. I used to go to that clinic up by City Central. Remember that one? Are you connected? Are you affiliated with that one in terms of your organization?
We're all well health.
You're all well health. Okay. Well, there's a doctor at the Surrey Central location. The last time I seen him was in December of 2020. And because I have two daughters that died, I wanted my daughter's medical files from the clinic, right? And I was filling out the application to have them, given to me, right? And he came out and he just basically said, well, you're not going to get them. You can't have them. Take me to court. And I'm like, oh, I'm out of here. So I left. Okay. Now, the thing is, I was supposed to get, because he told me to come back in January. This was before he told me to take him to court to fill out my long-term disability form because he was my family doctor. All right. And I had glaucoma, right? And I didn't get a referral to go see an eye specialist to get eye drops. Long story short, within 2 years of not having eye drops, and because my daughters were dead, I have two grandkids in my care. One was severe cerebral palsy, can't walk, can't talk, nothing, right? Okay, so whatever. I went 2 years without eye drops. Long story short, I went legally blind. All because of Dr. Visinski. All right. So I ended up going to emergency at some point to get a referral for an eye doctor, even though I couldn't get it from my family doctor. And I've been seeing an eye doctor, and it's confirmed. I'm legally blind now. I got 2% vision in one eye and 13% vision or less than in the other eye, going blinder and blinder by the day. And I've been having all my files for those files, right, forwarded to the clinic in Surrey, right, to Dr. Visinski. Okay, so I phoned today, right? I phoned today because I'm looking for a family doctor to fill out a long-term disability form for me, which he was supposed to do in January of 2021. But he told me to take him to court, so I never made it back. Now they're telling me that after a year of not seeing him, he's probably not my family doctor. He can just drop me like a hot potato. Not only that, but as soon as he sees me, if he doesn't want to see me, he can just walk right out of the room and leave me sitting there like a lump on a log. This is pathetic. Literally. I said, you got to be kidding me. You got all my medical files coming in from an eye specialist confirming that I'm legally blind, and you can't help me fill out my disability form after you basically kind of made me blind by not allowing me to see the fucking doctor because he wants me to sue him in court because he doesn't want to give me my dead daughter's medical files, as if he had the right to do that. So, they're saying, well, if you do want to walk in and try it, you have to stand in line at 5:30 in the morning and hope that you're lucky to be within 13 people, 14 people, in order to be able to book an appointment to see him that he may or may not see you. As if I'm going to pack up my little cerebral 6-year-old grandson and go stand in line for 6 hours or however long at 5:30 in the morning, assuming that I can even get in and get an appointment. What can you do for me?
I have no pull at that clinic.
I know, but I mean at your clinic. What are the rules there?
Our doctors won't fill out another because they're not your doctor. They won't fill out.
Dr. Visinski's not my doctor anymore. I haven't seen him for 4 years. That's what she told me.
I don't have your history, so my recommendation is that you go to the College of Physicians and Surgeons and go there and make them give you your records. Because as much as they own your records, you own them as well.
And my dead daughter's records, right? Because otherwise I'm going to have to take it to court. So, okay, so you give me some good advice here. So I need to go to the College and Surgeons Board, write exactly what happened. College and what?
I would call them, College of Physicians and Surgeons.
College of Physicians and Surgeons. Ask them what department I am going to write down exactly what's been going on. I even filed a lawsuit against my government, right? And one of the judges that I was dealing with told me to take Dr. Visinski to court. He literally told me to take him to court.
Yeah, I would start with them, and they'll look into him as well, and then they'll help of our doctors, unfortunately, here are accepting family patients. But you need to find a doctor willing to take your file.
How do I do that? I'm looking online and there's nothing.
I know it's hard. There is Find a Family Doctor BC.
Uh-huh.
That's the website, and you can register on there for the next available that comes in.
Okay. It sounds like that's my only alternative. But you definitely think I should report this, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is not fair. Like I went 2 years without eye drops. I woke up one day and everything was dark. I went from like whatever I could see down to 2% vision in one eye and 13% vision in the other eye. And my eyes have been deteriorating ever since. Like, this is pathetic. I mean, I don't even know why he was trying so hard to keep my daughter's medical files. It wasn't even his place to tell me that. He had absolutely no right to say that. None. He specifically told me to take him to court, that he was not going to allow it to happen. What are you hiding? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, I thank you. So, college and physicians, right? Yeah. And I'm going to definitely follow up on that one. I appreciate it. So, in terms of a walk-in clinic, nothing I can do there, right?
They won't fill it. They'll see you, but they won't fill any long-term disability.
Okay, fair enough. Do I have to come in at 5:30 in the morning?
For us, it's 6:30.
Oh my God! And so what? People stand in line at 6:30 in the morning?
They sure do. Yeah.
What time do you open?
6:45.
And how many people can you see before you can't see them no more?
So 50 a day, but half of it is generally phone calls and half of it is walk-in.
So if for any reason I had to come at 6:30 in the morning, what's my chances of being able to see a doctor randomly?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
We have 3 of them here.
Okay, well that's good to know anyway.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Okay, bye. June 11th of 2024, College of Surgeons. Phoning them right now. Yeah.
Not all senior employees are listed in this directory. Press 1 for information about the college. Press 2 for information regarding the college's online registering directory. Press 3 for information about our complaint process. For all other inquiries, including translation services, please press 4. One moment, please, while your call is connected to a college services person.
Okay, I was recommended to maybe call you guys here. Long story short, I'll make it as short as I can, okay? In 2020 of December, I had a family doctor at a clinic in Surrey, and he refused to fill out my disability form because it was December 20th, and he told me to come back into the new year, right? And that he wanted to charge me $250 because I guess he just wanted to, even though I'm on social assistance. Now, he had done it in the past, but whatever was happened, it was denied, and I had 1 week to appeal it. But he was on a 3-week holiday, so of course that went off to the wayside. All right. So anyway, as I was leaving my appointment, right, he seen that I was up by the front desk filling out applications to get the medical records of my 2 dead daughters because they died, right? Are you there? Okay. So basically he told me, now he did tell me that my daughter Shimei at one point in the past was dead before she left the house, in terms of before they took her body to the hospital. that she was dead, and that I should take the government to court, right? Fraser Health Authority to court, because they played her off like she was alive and put her on a bed for 9 days. And anyway, that's a different story. But because I was determined to, but he told me to get a lawyer because Canada is corrupt. All right. So anyway, he tells me, come back, get your disability form done in the new year. He goes to the front desk. He sees me putting my application in for my dead daughters, I have two of them, for their medical files from his clinic. He looks me in the eye and he says, you can't have that. I'm like, well, I'm putting an application in through, the proper forms, right? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you can take me to court. I said, what do you mean I need to take you to... He said, if you want your daughter's files, take me to court. Okay, so I left. Now, keep in mind, my daughters are dead. I've learned that my youngest grandson, who's in my care now, I have 2 grandkids in my care, right, has severe cerebral palsy, and he's telling me to take him to court. Okay, so I leave. Now, he was supposed to give me a referral to see an eye specialist because I have glaucoma. That was my first application for long-term disability, but they said glaucoma wasn't a problem, and that didn't require long-term disability. But because he told me to take him to court, I never got a referral. All right, so I left, and of course I'm not going to run back to him anytime soon. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck with the grandson I'm learning as I'm going that he's got severe cerebral palsy, can't walk, can't talk, can't feed himself, can't change. The best he can do is roll over. No, he can't even do that. All right. Time goes by. I forget about my eyes. COVID comes, right? Government puts all these restrictions in. I'm like phoning up clinics to try and get a referral for my eye, because I can't get a referral for eye drops just from a walk-in clinic. It has to either come from my family doctor. Are you there? Okay. It has to come either from my family doctor, which I can't see because he tells me to take him to court, right? And I'm like phoning eye clinics, that kind of place, like where you get glasses and shit, right? And nobody's answering their phone, or they say they're going to call back, but they don't. They're not taking patients. So I basically go 2 years without any eye drops. I can't see my family doctor because the last thing he said to me was take him to court. I can't get my disability form filled out. I'm finding out how severe my grandson's disability is. All right. Finally, one day, I wake up after 2 years without drops, because I'm now in late-stage glaucoma, okay? And I'm practically blind. All right. So I try and book another appointment to go see a specialist through an eye clinic. They drag it out for 8 months. Finally, I just end up going to the emergency ward. I get to see an eye specialist. By the time I get to see the eye specialist, I'm down to 2% vision in the left eye and 13% vision in the right eye. All right, great. This is just fantastic. In the meantime, I'm forwarding all my papers that I have from the eye specialist or my grandson still to Dr. Fisinski, right? The so-called family doctor, right? At that clinic, because I don't know what else to do with it, because then they say, where do you want your files forwarded to? Well, forwarded them there. I was there for 10 freaking years. All my files are there, So they're being forwarded. I do file a lawsuit against Fraser Health Authority. That gets thrown out of court. And then when my other daughter died, I filed another lawsuit, and I'm nobody. I don't know how to file lawsuits, but I'm standing up for my family against the government, and they try and toss it out. It's in limbo right now. I'm just waiting for them to contact me. I don't give crap. All I know is that the whole system is shady, and so one of those judges, the last judge that I came into contact with, Judge Ross, who threw it out because it wasn't his jurisdiction to let it go to trial, he told me to take this doctor to court. As if I can do that, but, I'm blind as a bat. I'm determined. I just might. All right. I still haven't had my disability form filled out since December of 2020 when he turned me away. I'm on long-term disability even though I don't qualify for full benefits because I don't have a family doctor to fill out the freaking form, right? So I phoned the clinic and I finally I break down because I've been trying to get a family doctor, but it's impossible because nobody's taking new patients. I even put an application in with my 2 grandkids and myself with another freaking clinic. They said they were going to take me. They took my papers and they haven't called me back. And when I did call them, they said, you're on a waiting list now. The doctor hasn't decided whether he wants you as a patient or not. I'm like, oh, great. Okay. So I'm breaking down today. I phoned the clinic where this so-called professional doctor is supposed to be. First thing I ask, is he still working there? Yes. Okay. Is he still receiving my information in my file? Well, what's your, date, birth, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, your information is being forwarded here from a few things, like the eye specialist, right? And as well as my grandson with severe cerebral palsy. So it's not like they're not receiving the medical files, okay? Because like the procedures or whatever is happening to my grandson or whatever is happening to me in my eyes. But the woman informs me that because I haven't seen him within a year, he doesn't have to see me. I'm probably not his family doctor anymore. And I'm like, oh, great. But she said, oh, but you can come in and try. I said, yeah, well, once he sees me, what do you think he's going to do? Last time I seen him, he told me he's going to take me to court. She said, well, he just might walk out of the room. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go there. And they want me to come in at 5:30 in the morning, stand outside with a bunch of people at 5:30 in the morning so that 13 people can come into their walk-in clinic. So if I show up at 5:30 in the morning and there's 20 people ahead of me, I might as well go home because I'm not going to be able to get an appointment. If I happen to be one of the lucky ones that happen to get in, because I show up at 5:30 to stand in line with my disabled grandson, okay, and my other grandson, because that's basically what it boils down to, right? And I'm sitting there waiting for this doctor, and he walks in and he recognizes me after all this time. He could just simply walk right out of the freaking room and do nothing for me. I'm like, oh, well, that's great. This is grand. All right. Well, I don't know if I want to try that. I'll have to think about it. And I hung up. Then I phoned another clinic. And first thing that came out of her mouth was phone you guys. And I'm like, this woman sounds sincere. She sounds like she knows something's not fishy. Like something's up. Something's fishy here. Okay? Because I've been falling through the cracks for far too long to continue to be mistreated like this. All right? My files have not gone anywhere except to that stupid clinic with that stupid doctor still working there, acting like he's some kind of professional as he's ruining people's lives. All right? First of all, he had absolutely no right to tell me that I had to take him to court in order to get my dead daughter's files when he specifically told me that my daughter was dead before she even left the house, and that if I wanted to take it to court, I should go get a freaking lawyer, knowing that I couldn't get one because Canada is corrupt. All right? He kept my daughter's medical files because there's something in there that's hidden. That's what's going on here. Are you there? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to call him up and see what they have to say. So that's what I'm doing. I'm calling you up because this is not funny. Like, seriously, I have gone completely blind because of this crap, right? I can't get a family doctor because nobody's seeing patients. If I want to see a doctor, I have to go stand in line at 5:30 in the morning in one location, at 6:30 in the morning on another location, in terms of like the one with the doctor that's supposed to be my family doctor who probably isn't anymore. I have to go there at 5:30 in the morning for him to walk out of the room because he doesn't want to deal with what he did. Or I can go to a different clinic at 6:30 in the morning with my grandkids and just see a doctor, but still not have my freaking medical disability long-term medical form filled out because there's no family doctor involved. Now tell me, how can I don't want to just do a simple little complaint so it can just be nothing, because I've been through so much crap already because of the healthcare system. Complaints mean nothing. Although this guy needs to be investigated, and she also told me that you guys can get my daughter's medical files for me, even if I have to take it to court, which looks like I'm going to have to. So whether you get them for me or I take it to a judge and then I come back to you and you get them for me. Otherwise, they want me to pay 10 cents a page for every page that they give me, which is bogus. Because I can tell you, my one daughter, Sierra, who was an addict, she's probably got a file that's 2 boxes full. Serious, because of the shady health care that they were giving her because she was an addict. And she'd go to that clinic, come back. I say, what did the doctor do? Nothing. One time she got bit by a spider. I had to send her back 3 freaking times as her leg was disgusting. She got bit by a brown recluse. It's amazing she didn't even lose her leg. And they kept sending her away because she was an addict. They don't want me to see those medical files. Well, I don't know. The woman told me that you could help me.
So, the only way the college can investigate a position is if we receive the complaint in writing.
Okay.
That would be the first step.
Yep. Yep.
On our website, there is a form that can be completed.
Can I not print it out and then type it out and then send it in?
Yeah, you can do it whichever way you like.
Oh, yeah, because you have to remember I'm blind, right? Practically, so it's really hard. And I don't know. I don't want to be doing everything on the computer, and I think it would be better just to print out the form, type out it might end up being 10 pages long, because there's actually other things involved there with my dead daughters. Seriously.
After that, if you are looking for a new traffic position, you said you're on a list.
No, I'm not on a list.
Okay, so if you contact health, you can be on a they'll be able to put you in a direction where you can apply for new traffic positions.
811. Okay. What about my daughter's medical files?
With regard to your daughter's medical files, normally physicians need some kind of consent in order to get those, like entered in.
I was filling it out.
Like that.
I was filling it out. He came out. He stood there. He said, "You're not getting your daughter's medical files." I said, "I'm filling out all the proper paperwork. I'm submitting it now." He said, "It doesn't matter. Take me to court." That's what he told me.
Well, if you're unhappy, that can also be part of your complaint as well. The college can investigate.
So you can't help me get my dead daughter's medical files.
There's not one central database of medical records, so those medical records will be in their possession.
And you can't get them for me.
No, that it can be part of your complaint, and the college can investigate, but we don't have access.
So I'm having to take it to court then.
Possibly, I'm not quite sure why you need to, because I don't really
Pardon me?
there, but that is an option.
What did you say?
I'm not quite sure why you need to take it to court or what's going on there. Like,
Because he didn't want me to have them because I'd see things that were being hidden. I'd see the mistreatment that my... Pardon me?
it is something you can do if you want to and take it to court. Otherwise, you can add it to part of your complaint, and the college can investigate that as well.
Okay, so you do the complaint, then what happens? I mean, you do your investigation, and then what happens? I've dealt with agencies like yours before.
So I can't tell you what will happen as a result of the complaint, but if the college is critical of the position, it could result in disciplinary actions such as suspension of license, fine, general practice, further education, that kind of thing.
But nothing for the one he injured, right? Of course not.
We can't offer compensation.
Pardon me?
We don't offer compensation.
Exactly, that's why the judge told me to take this guy to court. I've been trying to avoid that.
Yeah, that's a separate process, and we don't offer compensation.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so it's a doctor with 20 years working in a clinic versus a blind woman that's gone blind and is angry. That's basically what it boils down to here. Yeah. So do I get the result of this investigation, or do I just get a phone call?
What will happen is, so the complaint will get sent to the position involved. They get to read it and write a response. They'll send that response to you. You get to read that and write another statement if you'd like to, or add any other information that you may have. Then it may go for further investigation. And you'll receive a statement, and you can always call in to speak to your file manager if you have anything else to add, and you will get the result of the complaint.
And then I become even more targeted through the healthcare system because I'm stirring up the bee's nest. You do realize that, right? That's the way it works. Huh? Well, when you start pissing off people retaliate. That's what happens. That's what happens. Because when I write about what happened to my daughters Like, I'll just give you an example. When it comes to my dead daughter, Shimei, that Dr. Fasinski specifically told me that she was dead before they took her body out of the house. I said, how did you know? How do you know that? He said, because I read her medical files. I said, oh, okay. But he says, if you want to take it to court, you have to get a lawyer because Canada is corrupt. And I'm like, yeah, okay, as if a poor person can go get a lawyer, because I've had other issues with the healthcare, Fraser Health Authority, right? Anyway, they took her dead body out of my house, took it to the hospital, tried to play it off like it was alive, hooked it up to a whole bunch of fake machines. I'm telling you, they illegally harvest her organs. I can prove it through exposure on her face of what they did to her body. And they embalmed her. Pardon me? Okay, so you only take complaints against specific physicians. But if I want to complain, what about the doctor who was attending my dead daughter's body for 9 days, pretending like it was alive, and was probably the one who illegally harvested her organs? So I'm looking at 2 complaints. I might have to, because that's what's going on here. How do I, and not only the complaints, but I have to show some kind of evidence, correct? So I don't sound like a lunatic, right? Yeah, but they're going to read it and they're going to say she's accusing us of harvesting organs illegally here and embalming bodies in hospitals, which is an illegal act in British Columbia, Canada. Clearly the woman is nuts. Yeah. Like I said, I've dealt with agencies, not your agency, but I've dealt with government agencies in these types of departments with other issues. That's what I'm going back to, being targeted. There's consequences to exposing things. There's consequences to fighting back and complaining. Clearly, I've gone blind. That should be a key indicator of falling through the cracks. I talked to a lawyer about this crap, and they said, well, there's nothing you can do about it because you fell through the cracks through policies. Like, come on, when they brought in their COVID crap, right? Couldn't go see doctors and all that crap. What did you say? No. You did the best you could. All right, then. Yeah, there you go.